Have you ever gone to pick up a phone and actually have a sales conversation and a little voice in your head has said, I hope they don't answer? It's actually called phone call reluctance science. So by the way, if you're avoiding having conversations and your job, your preferred job of choice is to be responsible for bringing revenue into your business, then you've got to really work on this aspect. Because the other great thing about conversations and making a sales call, it's the quickest way to do business with somebody. It's the quickest way to make a difference, and it's the quickest way to get a new paying client. So look, if you are avoiding sales calls, you'll know if you are, by the way, because you'll be checking yourself on LinkedIn, you'll be doing some research for ages, you'll look at old emails from last week, you'll make a cup of tea, you'll chat to your friends about the weekend. You pretty much do anything you can to avoid the sales conversation. So if that's you, here's a couple of things that I think you need to focus on straight away. If your skills are low and like you're a bit, you're not really like on top of your game, what happens is fear is going to win every time. You're going to have a lot of hindering thoughts. You're going to start off badly. And in fact, as we've said, you might even avoid picking up the phone and send emails instead, which is a disaster. So we like to do it the other way around here. I'd like to get your skills high, nice and high, and then fear will stay low. Remember, fear's involuntary, so you're not going to get rid of it, but it's knowing, like when it's there, what to do with it. So it's all about, number one thing is to really focus on your skills. That's the first thing. The second thing you've got to do is actually have some structure to the call. So in my book, it's called Open with a Close, by the way. The first 5 points of my 12-point system are specifically designed for the professional salesperson, the person responsible for doing the sale, to make sure you're in the best energy you can be. So you need skills, but you also need to make sure your energy's right. And what I mean by that is that you're going into the call with a lot of certainty. So you've got to get those bits right. The first 5 points of my 12-point system, you have to make sure your certainty is right. Now the last thing is what happens when somebody answers. And there's 3 simple steps for this. So at the beginning of the call, never forget to say thank you. Always say thank you for taking the call. The second thing is to have a really specific reason. And the more specific the reason, the better. I'm going to give you an example. Firstly, thank you for taking the call completely out of the blue. I do have a reason for calling you. They normally say, what's the reason? And I might say something like, the last time we spoke, it felt like we're a really good match, but I haven't done a particularly good job of getting back to you. So here I am now. That's the reason. Really specific. Takes all the fear away, you see. And when salespeople are on point, when they've got a purpose, it's a game changer. The third part is to make sure you ask a really powerful question, just something simple, something obvious, but something really impactful, such as, so what would need to happen for us to re-establish our connection and maybe do a little bit of business together? So it's simple. Thank you. Have a reason. Ask a question.